you love your country to the point where you are willing to die here rather than leave your country or you leave your place of residence,
Yeah.
because we have had our people lived here for thousands of years, of course, since humans migrated out of Africa around 150,000 years ago. Palestine has always been inhabited by people, and these are our progenitors, our ancestors, and we really feel, even our biology, even our physique is connected to the air here, to the land here, to the soil, to the food that we grow. We were, by the way, this is part of the Fertile Crescent, as you know, that humans first developed agriculture, first domesticated plants and animals, one thing going from hunter-gatherer communities to settled communities. And this happened here about 12,000 years ago. And since then, we had those settled communities like Jerusalem, Ursalim in Aramaic, the original name for it, and Jericho, Yariha, which is an area that has been inhabited again for 11,500 years or so, continuous inhabitation. So these people, our people, are connected to this land in a way that only indigenous people, like people, any indigenous people on earth, any country, if you look for indigenous people and you see how Native Americans, for example, were, or how Aboriginal people in Australia are connected to the land,
Yeah.
this is a connectivity that's hard to break. And colonialists, that's for them the biggest obstacle to success is the connectivity of the colonized people, the indigenous people to the land.
Martin, before this episode started, before you came aboard, this is exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking Palestine is a historic land. The people living there have been living there since beginning of time, really. And the Zionists, the claims that they make that this land belongs to them, is a morally bankrupt claim. Is legally has no standing. It's just from a point of common sense is stupid. But putting all of that to one side, when we look at the claim that Zionists make that this land belongs to them, what kind of a claim is that? Is that a claim based on religion? Are they saying the land belongs to people who have the faith, the Jewish faith, or are they saying it's a genetic claim that people genetically from their ancestors are the ones? Because those are two different things, the religious and the genetic. What are they actually saying?
Yeah, I mean, Palestine, as I said, was the first, from the Fertile Crescent, when first cities were built in this Fertile Crescent, which stretches on the areas of Iraq and Iran all the way through Syria and Lebanon and Palestine. That's a Fertile Crescent, and people have lived here continuously. Now, religions, of course, many religions pass through this region,
Yeah.
from the pagan traditions and, Zoroastrian and others, and other religions that are still here, Baha'i and many others, Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Palestine and the whole Fertile Crescent, basically, was always multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-religious, and multilingual, even. In Palestine, there were 44 languages spoken before 1948. This diversity is same to the diversity of Aboriginal people in Australia, what became known as Australia, of course, and what became known as the United States. There was diversity of people. Now, in terms of religions, of course, there is three religions, monotheistic religions that are important: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, that consider this land the holy land for them because their religions are associated with it. For example, Islam, we have the third holiest site for Islam in Al-Aqsa Mosque compound where Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven according to Islamic traditions. We have the birthplace of Jesus here in Bethlehem, where I am. So my family is Christian, for example, and we have Judaism also. These are people of this land acquired different. Now, the idea of Zionism is totally unrelated to these issues of people living on their land. It's the same as the idea of Crusaderism. Crusaderism was an idea among some Christians in Europe who thought it's a good idea to leave Europe and come settle here, colonize this area, and force everybody off the land or butcher them and create a quote unquote Catholic state, Christian state. This is the idea of Catholicism. This was rejected by the local people, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, by the way. My family is, for example, Christian, and we fought with the Muslim against the Crusaders. So it's not about religion, it's just somebody used religion to justify colonialism and conquest for the sake of material good. That's what Zionists do. Zionists use the idea that Judaism has a root here as a religion, not as a people, by the way. European Jews are Europeans. Ethiopian Jews are Ethiopian. Yemeni Jews are Yemenite. Iranian Jews are Iranian. Genetically, I'm talking about. As a medical geneticist, I know what I'm talking about. But you don't have to be a geneticist, by the way, to tell that a Yemeni Jew is actually Yemeni, not related to people from Palestine, be it Jews, Christians, or Muslims in Palestine. The original people, are here. So it was using religion to justify conquest and justify ethnic cleansing and justify genocide, which we are witnessing now in Gaza in very large scale.
Hey there. I hope you're enjoying this episode. Let me just take a moment to introduce our sponsors for today. This episode is kindly being sponsored by the Worldwide Listings Company Limited, or WLC for short. WLC is a complete A to Z Amazon account management service. So if you're looking to start an e-commerce business, or you already have a business that you want to take to the next level, then get in touch and WLC will be able to help. Just for transparency purposes, let me also mention that WLC is a company that I personally created and am a director of. So when you get in touch with WLC, you will be speaking with directly myself or my team, and we very much look forward to speaking with you to see how we can serve your needs. Thank you, and with that said, let's get back to the episode.